you can see that or not. Good morning. 9 o'clock. Are you frozen or are you just reading the screen, my friend? I think you're frozen. Oh, yeah, she was frozen. And then you're back again. Oh, Thursday morning. Sometimes I wonder why I get so tired. I work on the computer a lot. I'm not doing too much physically active. I guess this is the whole part of, oh, you're gone again. Oh, this is the whole part of hormones and taking care of yourself and all this wonderful stuff that is part of what we talk about on the daily, taking care of ourselves. And then a lot of times I tend to not take care of myself so much. And then I don't sleep, and then I wake up late, and then I don't have my program in order. And there's something to be said. I'm looking forward to this 30-day challenge that they're proposing in our self-development book group again. Did you look at it? The Morning Miracle? Are you there? You keep freezing this morning on me, Dana. It's not that cold out. Oh, Dana's internet tends to be a little bit finicky, I believe the word is, that we can say on air. And yeah, so at least it's freezing in a really good spot for her. But today we are actually welcome. Hopefully you have your coffee ready, and we're going to talk a little bit more about digestive enzymes, or particularly enzymes that are in food, every food, most foods. Enzymes are pretty much make up everything that enzymes make up everything that are very, it's a component of food. And for the most part, unless you cook food, and I'm going to show you a really cool picture later on, if you cook food, the enzymes actually decrease. So the person that we were talking about yesterday, David Wolfe, for those of people that don't know David Avocado Wolfe, he is the raw food guru, basically. I think he dubbed himself that. He is one of the people that is in all of these controversial or informative, depending upon your stance, documentaries about healthy food eating and stuff like that, like What the Health and Cowspiracy. There's a few of them. Forks over knives.
Yep.
Yeah. There's lots of them out there if you wanted, but David is one of these ones, and I think he's Canadian. He tends to hang out in this part of the world a little bit. He did come to Sudbury at one time a few years back, I believe, maybe about 2012, something like that, 2013. But one of his books that I have is called Eating for Beauty, and it basically touts the whole premise of raw food. And I'm going to show you guys a picture earlier, but there's a section in it with regards to enzymes specifically. And again, enzymes don't necessarily have to go with digestion. They basically are good for everything in the body, because essentially they help to break down the bad things in our bodies, inflammation, and help to expel it through our gut and our urine and all these other digestive or all these other detoxification organs. But I just wanted to read this for you, because I know I'm not going to be able to do it off the top of my head. But basically, enzymes can only be found in living cells, raw foods, and foods dehydrated at low temperatures. They are particularly beneficial for human health, and they come from raw plant foods, because plant enzymes provide the most action through various pH, the acidity and the alkalinity conditions of the body. Enzymes are basically catalysts. So what that means is they help something along. They are transformative elements, and they're truly the alchemist, alchemical symbol of transformation. On a physical level, enzymes help to overcome digestive lethargy. And on a spiritual level, enzymes help to overcome life's ruts and setbacks. Enzymes overwhelm spiritual stagnation. But essentially, he's going on, because this book, if you ever pick it up, it's very cool. It's he's very poetic in it. Literally, he has a lot of poems. He touts a lot of poetry in it, because I mean, he's talking about beauty basically, but he's not only talking just skin beauty, he's talking beauty on many levels. And enzymes essentially basically are just small proteins, and these enzymes really just help to destroy they help to break up, like I said, the bad stuff in the body. Unfortunately, a lot of times enzymes tend to get destroyed by the stomach acid as well too. So depending upon how much stomach acid there is, it really can be quite devastating. Or it could be quite helpful when you eat more enzymes and you have the low stomach acid. Like if you're eating more raw foods and stuff like that, you're going to have a better chance to have a faster reaction with the enzymes. But you want to have a substantial amount of hydrochloric acid in your system, in your stomach, for everything. I mean, it is essential. This book is very. It's very cool. I want to show you something before we get into like the nitty gritty of the food.
Yeah, I'll have to borrow that book from you.
Yeah. I believe it's this picture. Nope. This one. Okay, so this is kind of one of the pictures that we see in the book itself, but I just Googled it and brought it up here. This is what's called Kirlian photography. And this is the energy that we see from food. And from David Wolf's perspective, it's this energy that really gives us life as well, too, because we end up eating food that is either, see from the picture here, cooked tomatoes have less energy in them as opposed to raw. And this is why he's really stouting the raw food. I don't recommend eating raw meat by any means, but people that do eat sushi and different things like that, it's a raw, you're going to get more energy from it. Even something like broccoli, if you're cooking it, the energy from it is less, as opposed to the raw broccoli, which is going to have a lot more. And this is what he really talks about as being very important for energy and life and beauty and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, you put the website up. That's good. I'll put that for all of them. So Dana, when we're talking about digestive enzymes or enzymes from the foods.
Yeah, so I mean, well, enzymes, just to step back for just a sec, in digestive enzymes, there are three main enzymes you want to consider: the protease, lipase, and amylase, right? Mm-hmm. And just to review, because we spoke about it earlier this week, right? The lipase is to break down food into fats into smaller pieces so that your body can digest it, right? And amylase, where did I read that? Amylase is processing starches, right? And again, the protease for proteins, right? So that's a great way to remember those things. So these are all really important. If you're looking for something to start with, those are the three main proteins that you want to do. Lactase, lactose, right? So it's all these great aspects where that helps with understanding the use of digestive enzymes, not so much the enzyme work that we were talking about with the serrapeptase or the lipase, serrapeptase, the peptides, and the clarizyme. But certainly when you're talking about digesting food and helping the body to absorb and utilize all the food that you've been diligently eating, all that beautiful fresh raw food, beautiful hormone diet, beautiful anti-inflammatory, all this, you want to get the best bang for your buck, and that's sometimes where those digestive enzymes can play a huge role. So you are loading up today. We're talking about the different foods, right, that
Yeah.
are good for enzyme naturally.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, because I know there's always a fair amount of people out there that don't want to have anything to do with taking a supplement, and that's fair.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, they're just pushing another supplement. But the thing is, this is part of real food. This is part of
right.
yeah, it's part of what we should be taking in on a regular basis anyways. So let's see here. So
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I was going to say that when we talked a little bit about prolytic enzymes, proteolytic, sorry, and so again, those are the pepsin, trisiptin, and the chimero trisiptin. Is that good?
I don't know.
Oh, I need to take Latin. Anyways, when you're naturally trying to work with that anti-inflammatory kind of thing, when we're talking enzymes, again, it's as simple as incorporating more papaya
Mm-hmm.
and more pineapple.
Yeah,
That
pineapple is one of those ones, and it's called. You'll see that if you take an enzyme bottle and you look at the ingredients on them,
mm-hmm.
one of the ones will say bromelain, and bromelain is basically from pineapples. It's the digestive enzyme that's in pineapples, and it's very, very powerful. When I was being taught a lot of this, people would say even something like papaya. The enzyme that's in papaya is, I'm just trying to figure out here. It can be used, I don't know what it's called, but it can be used as a meat digest or meat tenderizer. Basically, you can take an old papaya and like that you've used, like the skin, and you've taken all the fruit out and everything else, and you can put it on areas of your body and it will soften the skin. That's how powerful that stuff is. It kind of breaks down the old tissue and really brings about some really nice clean skin tissue.
mm-hmm.
And it's great for stuff like that, for sure.
Mm-hmm. The other different sources of the prolytic enzymes, right? And this is why you incorporate different types of foods and different sources and all those types of things. Kiwi,
Yeah.
ginger, asparagus,
Yeah.
sprout, kimchi, yogurt, kefir, all contain this prolytic enzymes. But of course, pineapples and papayas. And again, make yourself a fruit salad. Finish your dinner
Yeah.
salad. Like, it's important to incorporate many different types of foods to make a rainbow, to let your body absorb the best nutrients it can, so
Yeah.
that's the best chance for health.
Yeah. Honey is like, I mean, if you're taking the analogy of a nice fruit salad like that, honey is also a digestive enzyme. And it has more than 400 million people use honey so often nowadays, and you really have to make sure that you're getting a raw honey as opposed to store-bought sugar, thickened, sweetened sugar water. Really, really pure raw honey, which you can, get at most times you can get locally now in different places. Really has like four main digestive enzymes in it: diatases, amylases, intravases, and proteases. So diatases, again, there's so many different types of enzymes out there, and every specific one has a specific duty. So diatases, they help to break down starch into maltose. Amylases break down sugar like glucose and maltose. Intravases, they break down sucrose, again, a type of sugar, into glucose and fructose. And all these things and proteases break down proteins into amino acids. And we need that breakdown of the food in our bodies to be able to be absorbed. And that's the whole purpose of this. We don't want, when we eat food, more times than not, we all know how we see corn, it goes right through us. There's not a protein out, there's not a, excuse me, an enzyme out there that really helps to break down corn. And oftentimes we end up seeing it go right through us. But this is why we need these enzymes in our bodies to be able to break down the food. Otherwise, it would just go right through us and we wouldn't be able to get the nutrients out of the food that we need. So a nice fruit salad, like you're saying, bananas is another one that contains a lot of natural digestive enzymes. Throw that in your fruit salad, make a nice little vinaigrette with honey in it, and you're good to go. I mean, that's an amazing, amazing thing to do with it for sure.
One thing to remember, though, if you're making a fruit salad and you have pineapple in there, it's actually going to not last very long because that bromelain digests the fruit salad. So
yeah,
maybe keep it separate or make sure you're just good to go.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. These are things that you want to make up and make sure that they get eaten within the day or two. Anyways, it's, but I mean, you're taking it all in, so it's, it's all going in the same place. That's what my grandpa used to say. Doesn't matter. I know there's people out there that have trouble with texture, and they have to have their food separate. And I find that extremely fascinating. They have to have separate, like their foods can't touch on a plate.
Yeah.
My grandpa's like, it's all just going in the same hole. It doesn't matter. It's all going in the same place anyways. No, don't worry about it.
It's true.
But there's people that have those textural issues with that too. So definitely. So what other foods are we looking at here? Avocados is another one that has, you're going to get a lot of really great things because it's high in fat, obviously the good fats that we're always talking about, low in sugar, but it has the digestive enzyme lipase, which is actually helps to digest the fat molecules into, fatty acids and glycerol, and easier for the body to absorb. So again, when we're talking about eating whole foods, this is kind of what we're talking about, because I know avocado is kind of a bad example, but when we're having whole foods, we're taking in all of the things that that food contains to be able to absorb it properly in your body, to work properly. So you're getting the good fats, you're getting the fact that it's low in sugar, but you're also getting those really great enzymes that help break down that fat. And, help, and really just, I could geek out on this all day. This is great. Let's see here.
Bananas.
Yeah, bananas.
A digestive enzyme.
Yeah.
I like the kefir. I like to think that I like to make kefir, but then I never end up drinking it. But it's a lot of that contains the lipase, protease, and lactase in kefir. And again, it breaks down a lot of those sugars, which people have a difficult time with as you're fermenting it, right? And the grains actually create this beautiful, really good digestible milk products, the fermented milk beverage. So certainly if you digest milk or have reactions to milk, kefir may be a really great option for you. So it's nice. Sauerkraut, again, love it. Love it. And you can get kits at the health food stores to make your own, or you can just salt, water, pound it down and let it do what it's supposed to do, right?
You made sauerkraut last year, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And kimchi. I love kimchi as well. That is so delicious as well. So again, it's a little more of that spicy aspect of things, especially with those nutrients coming from the Chinese peppers to stimulate blood circulation, increase your metabolism, and it's so delicious. So.
Yeah, I do like kimchi. I was only introduced to about 10 years ago, but it's that Korean condiment that just I end up having more of a bowl of kimchi with something on the side as opposed to the kimchi being the condiment on the side, which is just amazing. I tried to make I came upon back in the day a great big
Crock pot.
Big, well, it was a sauerkraut pot, basically one of those big oh, my brain's not working. Pots. It's ceramic pots, I guess, not ceramic, but it's terracotta, I guess. Pots, and then it has the big wooden lid on it to make sauerkraut by the bushels, you know. It was it ended up breaking, but it was one of those really nice old fashioned kind of ones that you would see like your great grandma using or whatever. And I just snagged it and I tried using it once. It was amazing. I don't think I ended up making sauerkraut, but it was a nice little addition to my kitchen. It was one of those things that looks good, but didn't do too much. But I always thought it would be very cool to make sauerkraut. And I mean, it's not hard. Like you said, you just shred up your cabbage and put salt on it and then jar it up. Sauerkraut is amazing on so many different levels. Not only the fact that you're getting the probiotics and stuff like that, and the probably the prebiotics as well too, as well as the digestive enzymes, and all good. I've never tried kefir. I never tried it. I don't know why.
It kind of just sometimes it just reminds me of a thin yogurt.
Oh, okay.
A little more sour.
I didn't realize it wasn't. I didn't realize it wasn't dairy.
It's dairy, but it breaks it down to a fermented dairy product. Kefir is dairy.
Oh, okay. I see. I'm just reading on it here. Yeah. Okay. So it is dairy. It's a fermented milk. Contains digestive enzymes, including lipase, proteases, and lactases. Okay. All right. See, I'm even learning. Miso is another one of those ones that's very popular in Japan. And I've always seemed to have miso in my fridge. It's good to make a nice warm soup or broth at lunchtime or something like that. You just take a hot cup of coffee, hot cup of water, and put a teaspoon or a tablespoon of miso in your cup and stir it up, and you can add whatever you want into it. Like sometimes if I have a little bit of seaweed, I put that in, or a little bit of leftover noodles, or a little bit of bits and pieces of fruits and vegetables, green onion, and it's such a good way to help with people with irritable bowel, different things like that can really help to reduce symptoms, because you're getting a lot of, again, your digestive enzymes, plus the fact that you're getting some probiotic as well too.
Yeah.
So understanding that a lot of this stuff has to get past the stomach acid as well too. So there, I don't know, maybe I got my nose out of joint at one time. Somebody was saying, oh yeah, all you need to do is have yogurt and you're good to go as far as probiotics. Well, I was in that time and frame in my life where I wasn't speaking up so much and whatnot. But nowadays it's like, no, you need more, especially if you have issues with your gut. If you having some sort of dysbiosis of stuff going on in your gut, yogurt is not enough. You need to be on some sort of therapeutic dose of probiotics on the regular until you come to a normal. Then if you want to just have yogurt for maintenance, at that point, you're good to go. But you have to understand the power of the acidity in your stomach, and it kills off anything. And then second of all, most yogurts have sugar and fruit and lots of crap added to them. So that's going to be hindering any kind of help with your digestion. And then, of course, most dairy products are pasteurized, which kills off everything right there before it even hits your stomach. So, don't be fooled. Do not be fooled and think that you're doing okay by taking in a probiotic yogurt. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying about that, because we're not supposed to be talking about probiotics. We're supposed to be talking about digestive enzymes today. So
that's a day for another topic, right?
Yeah. Most definitely. So hopefully, tomorrow we're going to get into question and answer more. And, and if people have any questions that they're thinking about today, let us know. DM us and we will bring them up on in our program tomorrow. But just hopefully understanding what we were trying to say with regards to digestive enzymes, or enzymes in particular, that and why they're so important for your body, and why we're like, these are the reasons behind this. This is the root cause behind why we talk about eating your whole foods, getting the rainbow in, the looking at your digestion, all these different things. So this is kind of one of the reasons why we do that on a regular, because it's so important. Our bodies were made specifically for these things.
Yeah, exactly.
Not for McDonald's and Subway and Subway has raw vegetables, but you know what I'm saying. Junk food, the sad diet. Our diets were not made, our bodies were not made for that. Our bodies were made for these other things.
Right on. I love it.
Yeah. Can everybody tell it's Thursday today? Oh boy. So hopefully, like I said, if you guys have any questions, please reach out. I believe in the comments up above, there is a link to Fullscript that you can actually order online for yourself and grab them if you have any kind of questions about what kind of supplements or any kind of digestive enzymes, or enzymes in particular, that you're looking for. Reach out to either one of us and we can definitely guide you in the right direction. If it's very technical or a very extensive kind of situation, we're probably going to ask you guys to sit down for a consult, just because it's hard to give proper advice without knowing a lot of background. Like, questions are easy to answer for the general, but for very specific conditions and issues and whatnot, having a full consult for an hour is the way to go, because you want to have very specific recommendations for you. It's not a generalized thing that we can do. I mean, even with something like your hormone detox that you're doing, Dana, it's more of a generalized kind of situation, right? It's not, I know it's going to help with a lot of things for a lot of people, but at the same time, if a woman has specific issues, it's better for her to come to you directly, ask questions, sit down, have a consult, and then you can direct them individually to where they need to go, what they need to do, because
it's important to do that in that aspect, because it's you really have to sort of understand what they've done, what works. And I was explaining that this morning, is that everyone reacts differently to different things. Everyone's menopause symptoms are different. Everyone's root is different. And so getting and meeting with everyone hands-on, not only hands-on, just socially, is so important. And that's why it's important to do that. Take advantage of of scheduling a free 15-minute consult, so that we can even just get to know each other.
mm-hmm.
And it's important. I think it's important. So
It is, because I mean, the internet is big and wide and as wonderful as it is, people tend to get lost in the shuffle, I believe. And we hear a lot of, well, I saw this works for this person and this works for that person, and 1,000 people are following this, so it must work. Well, you got to think there's like, what, how many, 3 or 4 billion people on Facebook right now, and we tend to get lost in the shuffle. And again, it's not one thing is going to work for everybody. It's very individualized, and it really does come down to that, the individual, and connecting one-on-one with people as well too. So hopefully that's kind of the message that you and I both try to project out there to people that are watching. Yeah. So your program's going good? 5-day, you're Thursday. Mm-hmm.
Thursday, and really enjoying talking every morning. That's for sure. And the other thing is I've launched last night. I launched in all its perfect imperfection. Launched the 12-week hormone transformation program. So
yes, I got my email. That was amazing when I saw that. I was reading it and was in bed. Yeah, if you guys want to get on Dana's email list and find out more information about that, again, connect with her and, you know, she'll set you up with that. Not a problem. Not a problem. Also, we have Spring Cleanse going on. That's going to be up and running. Well, it is up and running right now for the people that want to snag onto that. It's all automated. It's all just a matter of, you know, clicking in, getting the information, going through the process. But you also get to have a free consult with me as well, too, through the process to really, again, you get that individualized attention. You know, we jump on a call and maybe something's not working for you, or you can't eat that, or whatever, and then we figure it out specifically for your needs. And this is the beauty of what I love about a lot of the programs that we have that opportunity to be able to step back and just be very individual with our clients. And it's not just all automated and, you know, here you go and never see you again. It's a process of, you know, working your way through things and becoming very familiar with our clients on a one-to-one basis. This is what I love about the process, and I love about the whole journey of nutrition, because it is, even though the science is coming out more and more every day that, you know, this works and that works and everything else, but again, that always has to be very individual and very personalized and unique to every person and every body. So, all right. Yeah. So my people that are watching, I'm going to go and do my live shred there soon in about half an hour, maybe. If people want to connect with me on my Facebook group, Transforming Health with Wendy, we are doing the shred for the first 10 days. We're on day 4 today. And today I'm talking about toxins. So if you want to catch the other lives that I did, they're all up in the group itself. We talked about the reasons why we're doing the shred. We talked about snacks yesterday. We talked about preparing our cupboards and our meal plans for the week, and just, you know, trying to keep that momentum going throughout the process. And hopefully people are working their way one thing at a time, one guideline at a time, or all of them if they want. That's, you know, perfectly up to them. But it's again, an individualized journey, and something that, you know, always going forward, and that's what I like about this. Okay, I always end up talking so much, Dana. What is this? I'm gonna be just like, it's just the Wendy show.
It's your time to shine. It's just your time to shine. That's all.
You're such a kind heart. You have to tell me to shut the hell up.
I'll be like,
yeah, yeah. Okay, Wendy, that's the code.
Anyways,
I love you. I love everybody. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.